So the next session is on digital transformation, new frontiers and best practices. I would like to call up on stage the chairman of this session, Mr. Devashish Bhattacharya, technologist in ERP, IIT Bhubaneswar, past president and Global PAN IIT alumni. The moderator of the session, Mr. Bishwanath Sengupta, co-founder, Arthavedika, Tech Advisor, ADB, NIC. Our panelists include Mr. Girish Kumar Surpur, Head Logistics, NEC, Mr. Abhishek Srivastava, Senior Consultant, and Mr. Prasenjit Samant, Practice Lead, GIS and Urban Solutions, Oroprice Solutions, and Mr. Shumimal Bhattacharjee. He is an independent advisor, consultant on cybersecurity, defense, and head technology policy issues, and columnist. Please welcome all the dignitaries on the dais. I may now request our chairman, Mr. Devashish Bhattacharya, to kindly deliver the opening note.
Thank you, and welcome to this post-lunch session. It is going to be very difficult right now, but I'll try and see if we can keep it energetic. Let me put it that way, right? Before I start, I would like to thank Jadavpur University alumni and Bengal Chamber to have given me this honor. Two realities of today that I see are, one is rapid urbanization, because over the years people are moving from the villages to the cities. Result of that is there is a lot of pressure which is getting put on the city amenities, facilities, and the enormous need of creating more cities. Our government's smart city mission is starting with 100 villages or 100 cities to be upgraded, and what they're trying to do is to create smart cities. So we'll touch upon that. The key areas where we feel the pressure on infrastructure, one is housing, water, electricity, and solid waste. These are the major ones. There are many others, right? And we have realized that the best way to deal with these, in addition to the brick and mortar structure that we have, is to also include technology, right? As it is, technology is something that we cannot wish away. Over the last 20 years, the rate of progression of technology has grown to the extent when we talk about technology today, we are not talking about any other technology but the latest one, which is digital technology, which allows us to harness data, which allows us to create connectivities, which allows us information to manage, which allows us remote connectivity and various things. These are certain things. We have a panel of experts who will talk about. As a consultant, while my job is to put people to sleep by showing jargons and all, I would like to apologize to say that I will still need to touch upon some of them. Otherwise, the context cannot be set. But we'll try and see, I'll try and see that I do not bore you too much. One moment. So there are a few things that I would like to touch upon. One, I remember during the time when we were working, our earlier generation did not know what technology was. Fundamental, the only technology most of our parents and that generation knew was telephone, trunk call, and all those things. Our generation, from that point of view, has been a transitional generation, where we have seen increased use of computers, right? From the temple to the table, that is where it is, now it is in the pocket. The kind of power I think each one of us carries in our pocket is far larger than any of the mainframe computers that used to be there when we started work about 40 years back. So technology, development of technology, its invasion and, I would say, penetration into our lives is a reality. It is relentless, it is ongoing, it is something which is disrupting all known business models and the newer business models as it rolls along. Hence, it is something that we would need to do better to understand, harness, and make our lives better. Right? So with these two paradigms, one is the need for urbanization and the pressure on city infrastructure, and the enabler called technology is where we are trying to figure out how these are helping us achieve our objectives of smart city. Some of the areas that we are trying to touch upon as a part of smart city use of digital technology are things like solid waste management, energy management, efficiency, renewability, reusability. I mean, these are the 4 words which I think most of us know, even while sleeping they can make out, right? So these are some of the things that we are trying to do. People today, people who used to say that I do not understand what computer is and what, they are using their mobile phones to order food, to order tickets online. They know how to get into WhatsApp and send messages to their near and dear ones. They know how to go into Facebook and LinkedIn and interact with other people. But at the same time, they still have this fear that I still do not understand technology, right? So this is a time when we need to actually just remove those scales from everybody's eyes. Because each one of us knows what technology is. Each one of us is using technology at different levels based on their use, their area of work, the things that they're comfortable doing, and some things that they're not comfortable doing. The shortening of distance and the reduction of the world is one of the major realities and one of the major benefits. At the same time, it has also created problems in terms of identity. Thanks to our personas being available online through various things that we do, be it shopping, be it ticketing, be it banking, our information is out there. And many of us have been subjected to scams and frauds and various other things, including virtual arrests, right? So these are real problems, which are if you look at the duality, the plus and the minus, this is the minus side of it, which goes along with it, because the coin will always have 2 sides. So we need to know, because we need to protect ourselves, while we use the technology for our advancement, right? We should not fall into these kind of scams and other things which create a lot of problems, financial and otherwise, for us. Some of the technologies that we are talking about, they have almost become buzzwords, most of them. Digital twins, right, which allow us to simulate a workplace or a ship or a flight or whatever, do a remote monitoring, do a remote simulation of what is going, let us say, simulation of parameters. Similarly, smart metering. I think smart metering is there for more than 20 years now, so we are more or less used to it. Green energy is the new buzzword, right? How do we use renewables and others without adding to the pollution to generate energy, to generate hydrogen, to generate steel? This is what is happening, right? Reality systems, virtual and augmented, have been around for about 8-10 years now. We are trying to now figure out how to use them for advantage and to allow us speed, which has now become very, very essential. Smart healthcare is another area where, thanks to the technology and the digital technology, we are able to reach out to the last village in the country and able to extend primary healthcare, and then slowly and slowly, progressively build it up to the position where this person can come to the nearest large town and meet a doctor. Similarly, other things, citizen participation is very, very essential, because all governments are going into smart governance, where technology plays a part, internet plays a part. Most of the work is being done online, to the extent that even for things like enforcement and other things, there is no physical person who is moving. The system takes your data, system processes it, system has rules, and the system identifies what are those areas or who are those entities who need to be evaluated in more detail. Similarly, artificial intelligence is another buzzword. When it started, people thought ChatGPT was artificial intelligence, but we are looking at various avatars of artificial intelligence. Currently, it is the agentic AI, where it is performing the work of some live person without the person that this AI is interacting with, knowing whether he or she is talking to a live person or a system. So these are some of the things, each one of them play a role in developing the vision of the smart city. When we are talking about urban transformation, a major part is use of technology to provide safety, to keep track of people, to provide access, to provide healthcare, to provide banking. In fact, my colleague who will be coming here, he is working on a system which allows financial inclusion to people who never had a financial footprint, everything in cash. So these are some of the things that are there. If we want to talk about any of these aspects, these are deep topics. And I think in today's session, we will not be able to do the justice that is required for a detailed discussion, right? So I would like all of us to please feel free to note down your questions, ask the questions so that we learn more than what we are able to speak out during a structured presentation. Thank you very much, and over to you. May I request the moderator, Mr. Bishwanath Sengupta, to please come on the mic.
Hello. It's working? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, welcome. Welcome the guests, speakers, and all our alumni and others. I think there is digital in everyone's life. I think a decade back, decade or decade and a half, SAIL used to come out with a advertisement that there is SAIL in every household. We could notice that the digital revolution has made it, there is a digital in everyone's pocket. It has reached, the life has become digital. By digital, there is a semiconductor at the back which is handling. I was seeing the presentation of GAIL or NTPC or DVC. During the lunchtime, when their corporate presentations were played, what they showed was their command centers, which is digital. Their control rooms, which is digital. So there is a transformation of digital in everyone's life. Obviously, it's a big area. And just to put it, a certain digital public infrastructure have changed the way India did the business, which is very important. And the great transformation which happened in both public life as well as the transformation cities. One is certainly the Aadhaar program, which has impacted every sphere of life. And the second is, again, Aadhaar is the largest digital identity system in the world. The second is it's 1.4 billion. The second is of USA, they have, or China doesn't disclose, or Chinese, if we say, it is a 660 million or something like that. So it's way ahead, it's unique, and it's a technology marvel. And the urban is growing at a very high pace. Today, when we talk of these urban centers, it is 54 crores. In next 5 years, it will hit 62 crores. And another 5 years, it will hit 70 crores. This is an estimate. So possibly, it's beating the estimate. So there is a sustainable urbanization which is certainly required. And obviously, we'll discuss all the facets. I just put a teaser, and then I start the whole thing. We had a very, very unfortunate incident few days back in Delhi. We all saw. I am not getting into the intelligence part. I am not getting into the political part of it. I am limiting myself into the technology part. Can the technology solve it? Can the technology prevented it? The answer is yes. Is it implemented in countries? Yes. Is it there in India? Partly. While we were running on our labs, we found for the culprit there where while he was in Connaught Place, his CCTV caught him. CCTV caught him at a different place. Now, today we have an AI available which can detect a person and his state of mind, whether he's getting aggressive or doing something like that. And he is someone police is hunting. CCTV is capturing. One could have easily, having a command control, could have, technology could have solved it. Obviously, there is something next step to the technology. Now, so we welcome NEC and Mr. Girish from NEC. I have a fortunate to work with NEC when I was heading the Aadhaar, and possibly the largest biometric deduplication solution in the world, Stwikin is from NEC. And that is how I would like to introduce NEC. And obviously, Girish would be speaking on public logistics and infrastructure. So welcome, Mr. Girish.
Shall I? Yeah. Very good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you to BCC for having me here as one of the speakers. So to begin with what Sir mentioned, we are proud to say that we are the ones who are providing the back-end biometric engine for all the Aadhaar card. Today, when there is a seamless movement across airports, courtesy DigiYatra, the face recognition algorithm again is developed by NEC. Sir also mentioned about possibility of having these kind of incidences. How do you solve it? So there is again an intelligence engine. Globally, we are ranked as #1 in biometrics, not only for civil purposes, but primarily for criminal identification purpose. So even if it is a 1 to multi-million kind of thing, in a fraction of a second, you get to know, is it a person of interest who is roaming around? And with the cameras capturing, that can be alerted to the nearby police stations or any law enforcement agencies. So I'll just give a brief about who we are, and I'm aware of the timeline, so even if there are some more slides, but I'll try and cover it in accordance. We have a legacy of 125 plus years, still very strong. Our revenue stands at 24.7 billion net sales. This is for NEC Japan. In India, we are $200 million plus company. We are one of the world's most top 100 innovative organization. How do you like to introduce ourselves? Any kind of solution, starting from sea, wherein be it Kochi, be it Andaman Nicobar, we are the ones who have laid the submarine cable and ensured connectivity reaches there. To space technology is where we are present. In terms of R&D, NEC invests heavily. So that is where the differentiation happens. 49,000 plus patents and 10% of revenue is always allocated to innovation. Well, talking about smart urban transportation, way back in 2009, we had an interaction with Government of India, wherein it was being envisaged that any courier if you send today, you know that which all places it is. You get an update after every 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, but when you're sending the goods worth millions or even more than that, there are so many entities. A container docks at port, then it goes by road or rail, then there are entities like Concor, there is customs. Nobody had a way of where exactly it is. People had to go and track it across different systems, and most of them were not even digitized. Even if they were digitized, the update used to happen once in 3 days or 4 days. Ownership and accountability was one of the biggest problems. As we speak today, we started our journey with going live in Jawaharlal Airport port in Mumbai. Today, we are providing 100% visibility of EXIM containers. All you have to go is visit ldb.co.in, enter any container number. You don't even have to register. You'll get to know the complete information, where it was, which port it arrived, where it is currently, which toll plaza it has crossed. We have a network of more than 4,500 RFID readers, which we have set up. And that's how, in India, there are 19 ports. So pretty much we cover all the 100 port terminals. 100%. And any new terminal today which comes into existence, by default, this project, the government has mandated to implement. We have our presence across all the container freight stations, empty yards. During COVID, there was a lot of escalation in the prices, because of which where were empty containers and all. Using our system, the government was able to identify where the stock of containers is and ensure that the costs are not escalated to much higher side of it. We also are integrated across the toll plazas in the border side, be it Nepal, Bangladesh. The major advantage what we have is, by virtue of this project running more than 10 years and having 100% of India's coverage, the kind of data what we have is not just a sample data, but 100% of data. We do a lot of analytics which we are providing on a monthly basis, quarterly, yearly. This helps the government in terms of planning, prioritizing, where is the congestion, where are the challenges, where are the bottlenecks. Are the bottlenecks related, is it because of the road transportation and highways? Is it across the, because of the trucks? So at each and every side there is a clarity. Plus, you also get to know who are the top performers, who are the mediocre performers, or who are the bottom performers. So this has opened up the supply chain in such a way that the importer-exporter today can decide which is the container freight station he wants to work with, which is the port terminal he wants to work with. How can he choose an effective freight forwarder? So that's what this project does about. During COVID, there were a lot of digital initiatives the government thought of. One was ULIP. This was for logistics. ULIP is nothing but what we say is, it is like how your UPI is integrated today. When you go and do scanning at any place today, you are not bothered what is happening at the back end. The banks have been integrated through NPCI and all the other platforms. All you do is scan, the money gets debited in a safe and secure manner. That was the concept with which we started ULIP. What we have primarily done in ULIP is we have integrated all the central government systems across 38 government systems across 12 ministries. Anyone today who wants to access data, basically we have democratized the data, not just for containers. Any logistic related information today is available for free. At the same time, we have ensured that according to the Digital Data Privacy Protection Act, you will not get all the pertinent details. I'll just like to quote one example. If you are a huge factory and if there are 100 or say 500 trucks which are standing outside, you wouldn't know what is the status of these trucks. Has the insurance been paid? During the course of journey, is it a possibility that the insurance expires, the pollution has been paid, yes or no? Because even the person who has given you, he would have leased these trucks from different other entities. Is the driver, what is the status of the driver? Has he been involved in earlier rash driving? Does he have a challan and all? So Vahan system in India has all the information, which band of vehicle it is, so that will it get an entry into particular state while it is in transit. At a fraction of a second, you can do all these transactions and it will give the owner that this is red, this is green, this is amber. And that will enable a faster decision making. Earlier, just for your IEC code, importer-exporter code, it used to take 2 days for verification. Now it just takes a click and you get to know. So like this, what we have done in ULIP is, if you look at the top side, you have Ministry of Railways, Port Shipping, Waterways, Civil Aviation, MITI, Finance, MORTH, Ministry of Commerce and Industries. Each and every PNG, every system across these ministries have been integrated. All you have to do is just fill in a form stating that you are utilizing it for a business purpose. What is the use case? There is no amount charged for this. And one example is, since the inception, like this was launched by the Prime Minister during the launch of logistics policy. Since then, there are 200 crore API hits, 200 crores. Even if you would have charged 1 rupee, it would have been a revenue of 200 crore. So that's how the system is being leveraged by each and everyone across the country. 2,000 fields, there are more than 1,700 plus companies registered, and this is what we have been able to do, not just for the large logistic service providers, industry giants, startups, and government. Government primarily Food Corporation of India, your Coal India, Central Warehousing Corporation, they are exhaustively utilizing this in order to understand how to leverage the systems which are nearby to them in a much effective way. Recently, we launched a smart coal analytic dashboard, enabling the government to have a single view of what is happening across each and every coal mine of India, be it your government-related coal mines, Coal India Limited, Singrauli, Neyveli, as well as your private coal terminals. So that gives a power in terms of which grade of coal, where it is available, is it stuck somewhere in the ports, enables in terms of planning of how electricity can effectively be generated, where are the challenges, what can be the learnings and all. In terms of smart cities, yes, sir did mention about a different kind of, say, solid waste management and others. As NEC, we have implemented it across Saharanpur, Silvassa, Kalyan Dombivalli, Tirupati, Hubli, Dharwad, many other places. So the advantage is when you have a platform of logistics, when you have a platform of transportation, combined with that, you integrate it with your IVA, Intelligent Video Analytics, and Integrated Command and Control Center. That is what empowers a particular kind of, say, state, region, or a nation as a whole in terms of what can be the best practices which can be inculcated and how learnings can be again implemented across, say, different districts or different states. Just for example, for UPSRTC, we have fleet of 5,000 buses which we are currently covering, provisioning automated vehicle locationing system, scheduling, dispatch, all the different kind of modules what we are implementing. We are even doing it for FIFA and others in Makkah for entry and exit management systems. So at this point of time, what sir mentioned about digitization is what is happening, but right now it is happening at a much rapid pace thanks to new technologies like quantum computing, utilizing all the new upcoming generative AIs and other aspects. This is just the beginning. I presume that in future time, even in terms of booking any kind of single truck, you will be able to know, is there a nearby truck which can offer you much better price and what are the credentials of the same, so that each and everything related to logistics and transportation can be made much at ease. One aspect of measuring a country's effectiveness is what is the logistics performance index of that country. So this is published by World Bank. This time, India's ranking improved by 14 places, and two of the projects which they categorically mentioned were the Logistics Data Bank and ULIP, which has empowered the citizens or the businesses in terms of effectively utilizing, especially the startups. We recently had a hackathon wherein we had more than 1,500 plus people who participated with multiple ideas. Because it's a platform of platforms, you can have the same kind of route optimization. 10 people can provide it. Someone can provide it at X, someone can provide it at Y, someone can provide it for free of cost, just for the purpose of knowing the valuation of the system. So that's how the systems are getting utilized. So thank you so much. I hope I'm on time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, he said about, the location where things are. Now, obviously, in the sustainable urban transformation, GIS play a very, very important role, GIS and allied solution. So we have Mr. Abhishek and Mr. Prasanjit from Odoprice Solution really talking about the role of GIS in the urban transformation in the various use cases, business areas. Yep.
Thank you. Well, hello everyone, how are you? Okay, well, we'll be starting in a minute, but before that, we have to set up a system, so allow us some time.
So while they're starting, let me take this filler time. And I can see many of us who were in service in 70s and 80s. I think public sector did not face this problem. But how many of you took half-day leaves to get cash from the bank after the salary is credited? Rest used to take full day. And Yes. So today, you see the transformation has already taken place. And we are all, part of the transformation. You are ready?
No.
One
not
more.
yet.
So one more teaser. How many of you spent again a day in the railway ticket counter? I think every one of us. And now you see, this is your world. Be it ticket. And this is a digital transformation the chip has made in our life. All of us, even few years back, when we were working on UPI, the concept, and a lot of criticism, all those, the public infrastructure. How many of you were part of the chocolate economy? Chocolate means you give money, the cash is returned back in chocolates from the stores. And Nestle and all, used to do, business. You see, it has vanished. And, we are proud to say, I have worked with Visa. I was heading the Visa, which is the largest payment in the world. Visa speaks of the highest transaction on during 25th December. Every year they publish. And they do it with 17,000 IBM servers across the world. I'm proud to say UPI has overtaken Visa in number of transformation. And today hardly people use the card. We have, the MasterCard or Visa in our pocket. But right now most of us use phones. That is the digital transformation, and India did it. Our own public infrastructure, and we must be, proud of, part of fintech. So even if when you take insurance, car, even the license, the last, a lot of stories during the COVID I was doing with the government, how food supplies happened. The country was locked down. Unfortunately, Mr. Paswan was sitting along with us, and the main challenge in front of the nation is to pass on the food. The dhabas are closed, the trucks are closed, the whole infrastructure is closed. So the technological systems we have to build in to pass food from FCI go down from North India to South India, East India to West India. And believe me, world predicted food riot. We didn't have any food problem during the COVID times, and India did it. So this is again a digital transformation unknown to us. So we have many such stories. They are ready?
Yep, you're ready.
So all along.
Hello, everyone, once again. My name is Abhishek, and I'm with my colleague Prasenjita here to present you a digital transformation of urban landscape. We'll take you through some live demos. It's okay if I can walk here. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Well, well, I'm going to start that what exactly we are doing and how we are doing and what technologies we are using in it. But before that, let me give you an introduction of our company. Well, next slide, please. Well, I'll start. Well, Auroprise is a decade-old organization. We have started from the scratch, and currently, we have been a global trusted technology partner and digital transformation partner. Well, we have spanned across various continents, and it was founded by one of the alumni of Jadavpur University, sitting here, which started as a vision to develop a smart ecosystem, has now evolved into a company known for commitment, reliability, and a deep commitment for digital progress. Well, this is what I was speaking about. Well, to the next slide, I will show you that on which continents we are present. We are currently in USA, Europe, and Middle East, and India. In USA, we have developed multiple projects. I would like to mention City of Decatur in Illinois and City of Beverly Hills. In Europe, we have a trusted partner in Savico, Eon, Zero Friction, and Aptec. And Middle East, we are helping Dubai Municipality Corporation to manage urban landscape, and Aleph is in Sharjah base. Apart from that, when it comes to the India, we have managed the first private city, Lavasa, and Wave City, which we have all known. And we are also working with Agra Municipality, Government of Sikkim, Kolkata Police, and West Bengal Police, and Lucknow Metro, as it mentioned on the scale. And I'll talk about that, what are the technology we are providing. We have our footprints in cloud infrastructure, security operations, and GIS, Geographic Information System, which I will talk about in the next slide. And Prasenjit will give you a live demo in that case. Well, this is a capability profile at a glance. I will not go much deep into it. All I want to say here that we have advanced or matured as an organization to help you in every tech space. Well, GIS, Geographic Information System. Geographic Information System, we are delivering multiple aspects. One of them is for the policing, and the other one is for the urban landscape. Can we go back to the next slide? Well, when I said policing, what exactly we are doing for policing? What kind of assistance we can provide digitally to assist police to govern law and order in a better way? Well, there's a world, intelligence surveillance to spatial automation and computing for policing. What does it do and how does it do? That can be shown to you over a live session. And I will can we get the live session, please? Well, Prasenjit is a GIS operational lead, and we will show you some live sessions that what exactly we do. There will be some test cases we'll be picking up. For example, one of the cases would be we'll be showing you what route a police personnel can take from one point to the B point, and that should be the shortest. So I'll give him time to pick it up. Well, this is one of the web pages which has been developed and managed by us. And now I'm going to talk about currently for the Kolkata Police. So the map which is in front of you, it's very similar for you like a Google map, but I will tell you what are the differences in the Google map and the map which you're seeing in front of you, and how GIS plays a role in help police to secure people in a better way. Well, you can see this map. You can see the boundaries. Now, each and every boundary is the boundary for the police station under which it is whole jurisdiction comes. For example, you can see the GRAFA. The boundary defines that under this jurisdiction, the police judiciary will work. Talking about Durga Puja when there is a maximum traffic influx.
I'm telling about, in the Durga Puja, I think most of this in the Bengal related to the Bengals, and Kolkata police is very much, curious about the Durga Puja gathering and how to control the traffic. So, during these times, basically, Kolkata police person, they are very much worried about how to control all the gatherings and all these stuffs. So these are all the parameters we are integrated in the geographically systems, and it's a real-time basis. So we can manage their traffics, we can manage their direction, how to person will go one place to other place. Not only that, if you are going for the one specify, the puja pandals. So how much time you will take for this, the view the murti, and then where is your the parking place? It is the one way or it is the, the both way. You can where you cannot go or you can go. So these are the all information in, the control through the control rooms, and it is not a fixed. Every times, every day, based on the situation, we are changing this information according to the gatherings. So this is the real-time basis projects. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Thank you.
Go ahead, Kavi.
Yep. As
In the Durga Puja, I think most of this in the Bengal related to the Bengals, and Kolkata police is very much, curious about the Durga Puja gathering and how to control this all the traffics. So during these times, basically Kolkata police person, they are very much worried about how to control all the gatherings and all these stuffs. So these are all the parameters we are integrated in the geographically systems, and it's a real-time basis. So we can manage their traffics, we can manage their direction, how to person will go one place to other place. Not only that, if you are going for the one specify, the puja pandals. So how much time you will take for this, the view the murti, and then where is your the parking place? It is the one way or it is the, the both way. You cannot go or you can go. So these are the all information in, the control through the control rooms, and it is not a fixed. Every times, every day, based on the situation, we are changing this information according to the gatherings. So this is the real-time basis projects. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Thank you.
Go ahead, Kavi.
Yep. As been explained by Prasanjit, this will help the police personnel to understand that which route is being taken for the inward direction and which route is being taken toward the outward direction from the destination or from the hotspot. This was another example. So consider this as a election rally or maybe some concert. Now, the green lines are showing the direction from where the crowd will come in, and the red lines are the one which will tell us the direction the crowd will go out. It does not mean the green line, the crowd cannot trace back to the location, but this amplifies that this is the most probable route they will be taking for inward, and the red would be the outward.
I think the Esplanade, I think everybody know, and this is the West Bengal, the political gathering every times in the Esplanade area. So it is under the Kolkata police also. So we are very much aware of these things when the, this kind of rallies or, meetings is happen in the Esplanade area. So first of all, we, prepare the strategical maps where the, the person will come which place, where the rally will comes, and how much, the police person will deploy for this particular, the events. So each and every police person have the application. This application real-time based. If the person is going from here to there, and it's reflect to the control rooms. Based on the control rooms, he or she can guide from them. And not only that, during the rally, if some rally is coming for the Howrah station, I believe, no, everybody. So this Howrah station is relay is coming, then automatically all the cameras, it's fitted in the AI base, so it will be pop up in the dashboard, the control room dashboard, and they can manage all the rallies. If any incident or accident is happened, the control room say is a videographically, the communication between the police person and the control rooms, and they can deploy the other force also. So these are the real-time based, the concept running in the Kolkata police. Abhishek.
Okay, now we'll show you a live demo. How does a police personnel sitting at the command center can view different location? So we'll be showing you one of the CCTV footage live, which is a live stream. So the person, and consider that place has reported a crime or that some crime is underway. Or even just for the command center, just want to monitor that particular location because that was some hotspot. So that's how it is.
Thank you, Abhishek. One of the most important things we are want to demonstrate here, please do not, capture any kind of, videographs as well as photographs also, because this is all the demonstration real-time based. So I get some, information from them, and then we can only show this information. So accordingly, we just give it to the real-time demo. See, this is the Kolkata, West Bengal Police. I think everybody know the secretary buildings or no one know where the chief minister is sitting. And the entire West Bengal, 30,000 approximately camera is there, or maybe sometime lives or maybe sometime live. Our goal is, no one can see everywhere what the real-time is going on. It's a incident, it's a accident, or whatever things. So I just give a one demo in the live camera, how it is like favorite. So it's a holistic view, something like that.
So just the story behind it, someone gives a call to the command center that this place has, or a crime has been reported, or this place is quite sensitive. The person sitting at the command center at Kolkata, and whichever location we can select over here, 800, 300, 400 kilometers, doesn't matter. That screen will come up live on his screen and will come up in some time. Here we go. Well, there's one fact I would like to mention over here. As we all know that, I'm specific to the Kolkata region, there are 91 police stations and 25 traffic guard posts. In the last 8 years, we are managing this system for them. And we haven't seen any stampede in Kolkata, thanks to the technology of GIS. Yeah,
Yes, I'm explaining. Just give me one minute.
exactly right.
See, basically, just give you 1 minute time. Because the
Well, a
real
time
time
takes.
view.
So what we are doing right now?
Just give it demo.
Okay.
Just give a short demo.
Well, I'll just take a quick recap. We talk about how do we assign a police personnel to a situation. We showed you the boundary region, and which is very helpful when it comes to the real-time monitoring. And second, we talked about managing crowd influx. So these are the data, and the fourth one is in front of you, live stream. Can you please show me?
This, I think the name is there.
If you minimize, the place will come up.
It's Satragachi, near to the Satragachi. Yes. The flyover. So I can stop right now. Yes, it is under the West Bengal.
No, not Kolkata.
Actually,
It's West Bengal.
we are coming to the, the intelligence or some decision-making system, so Kolkata Police and West Bengal Police all are coming in one plate. No, it's a 6-second delay times. Because why it is so these times, maybe the NVR or DVR, the time is set like that way. So based on the DVR or NVR, it's... okay, come back to
Okay.
the other...
Well, that brings us to the second topic. I talked about the policing, and the second I will speak about, or I'll explain about the urban management and how we are digitalizing it. Well, next slide, please. Or the urban slide, please. Well, our vision is to make sure the urban platform is customer-centric, is eco-friendly, and commercially stabilized. Then we can achieve what we have planned to go for full digitalization. How are we going to achieve it? I'll not go much detail into it, but there is something I would like to talk about. We are looking forward, and we are working to implement arts into the governance and facts for the customer. So when I say arts, can you go to the last slide? When I say ensuring the arts for the governance, you can read it out what art stands for, and empowering citizen with facts. That's also mentioned over there. Now, these are the two factors which are the core of our work process. That's what we think every time when we go, or when we think about digitalizing the urban landscape. We have done much of the research over here, but we won't take much of your time. I would like to show you this revenue management system. Last slide, please, thank you. Well, I have heard that it was mentioned here that the municipalities are in scrambles, they are under assets, they are underperforming. There can be various reasons, but I will not talk about what exactly has caused them to stand where they are standing. But these are the formulas which we can implement that will certainly help us to take them to a success. Therefore, new property assessment, transfer of ownership and collection, these all are the plans which we have worked on and implemented. And I'll show you, can we go to the second slide, please, after this one? After this one, please. After this one as well, sorry. Now, these are the impacts which we receive or which we have observed after implementing that digitalization in these sectors. We have seen so many things, but I will want to talk about the 50% reduction in areas, 3-time increase in the business line count, and last but not the least, the incremental collection of ULB over its initial level. These are the data, or these are the observations we have done and we have received. Can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. I'll not say that there are not challenges, but to implement these things, the very bigger challenge we face around, resistance from the citizenship, because they were unaware what the change is going to be, whether this change is going to give them some benefit or it is just for a change which won't give them any benefit. So we countered that by giving the continuous awareness campaign to the local political support. There was so many ambiguous demarcation of the world boundaries that was done. This was the very important one. It can't be achieved if the number 3 hasn't been solved. It was achieved by the verification through the old documents and drawings. So these all are written over here. What I'm trying to tell you that what are the things we implemented, the challenge we faced, and what are the solutions we brought out for the challenges. Well, with the end of the slide, there are so many data which I can show you. The green are the assess one, the red are the non-assess one, but that won't make much difference unless until we get more time to explain it. I will end my presentation over here with the one line that we are understanding the urban challenges and we are converting them to the digital, we are understanding the urban challenges and we are converting to the digital, not the solution, opportunities was the word, sorry. So that's all from our side.
Yeah, thank you very much for an insight presentation on GIS. And my compliments to Vishwapriya that your passion for GIS is still there. Where our interaction started when, the Rajasthan power, the entire state of Rajasthan, he was. So the entire GIS implementation for the power smart metering in Rajasthan, we worked together. I think his passion is there. So just to keep you awake, while this presentation was going, two lighter thing, two flashes. Again, nothing political, not to take it in a lighter sense. Now, having seen this solution implemented in Kolkata, obviously what comes to my mind, that when we see that police has reached there 1 hour late or 2 hours late, the reason is not information. Rest I leave it to you, your imagination to think.
Just few minutes back you said technology is there.
That whenever Calcutta, we always say, over the last 5 years, you have not seen a single stampede incident. Stampede happens everywhere in India, nothing in Calcutta, and I am tremendous under pressure. I must tell you, this gentleman always go to the Calcutta, Lal Bazaar headquarters, whenever there is a rally or anything else, because I am under tremendous pressure. If anything happens, I will be made responsible. I mean, our company or whatever. Something they will say, isi ke liye ho gaya. Hai na? So, but thank God, I always say that no stampede has happened in Calcutta. It happened in Bangalore, Delhi, everywhere, but not in Calcutta.
Great.
So that is the beauty of this system, by the way. Thank you very much.
And his solution, one lighter thing, I mean, just to keep you awake. When we were in college, we were staying in this hostel at Jadavpur, near to Jadavpur Fari, Anwasha Road. So we had some tussle with the local bus because we thought it's a privilege to go free from there to college. So being a student, you know, we hijacked the entire 8B and took it inside our hostel. And we were standing. And after some time, we found Taliganj, Taliganj police station, police from there and Lake police, they were all standing outside and debating among themselves. So we inquired and we found out they are debating among themselves whose jurisdiction we fall in. And I mean, that's a problem solved.
Now I
So,
can tell you,
it
Dada,
ended, you know, the DC police, forget about, you know, they came to us at about 8 or 9 o'clock in the night, pleading, they, you know, saying in Bengali, leave us, otherwise, you know, we'll lose our job because we are unable to find out whose jurisdiction this falls in.
it's a big challenge, Dada. It's a big challenge
So-
in Calcutta police.
The technology resolved it.
Absolutely. In Calcutta police, they have 81 police stations now and 25 traffic guards, and all of them use this system, not developed in ESRI. It's an open source solution because Calcutta police cannot afford
Yeah,
afford
all-
ESRI.
all
you
are
understand?
open source.
So that is the advantage, really.
In fact, that is one of the major realizations, that we do not need commercial off the shelf. We have free source, open source off the shelf. But on a lighter vein, you have made it that much difficult for people to go on Porokia.
No more comments.
So, yeah, I mean, while we were talking, you know, unknowingly, we landed up into the domain of security. And one of the things which has happened is the cyber security, the space, because moment we open our machine, just to give you some insight, I mean, we were working with a powerful, you know, government lab, very sophisticated. When we were, you know, the phones, so the simple phones, you know, all phones have the chipset, direct or indirect to the Chinese origin. These days, China is very smart. They are OEM supplier to Singapore, stamp it in Singapore, and it comes to you as it make in Singapore. So when we took it into this lab, the moment the machine is on, be it, you know, this kind of a handset or a simple handset, it starts sending data to an unknown location, every machine. And, and it's no way, because we do not have an Indian technology, we can solve it. I mean, be it this, the machine is coming from US or Germany or, you know, Samsung, wherever it is, the underlying chipset is from China. And moment it is there, I mean, these are the security threats we are living with, along with, you know, critical infrastructure. My interest is in UIDI, you know, we learned the art of cyber wars. I mean, that's a different story. You know, 26 January, 15th August, we had our nightmares. And, you know, when we see how the cyber wars are fought, so it's the cyberspace. So that's, you know, cyber security and of this digital arrest, money going out of the bank. The moment, these are the all pitfalls of the technology. Moment the technology comes in, technologically one can win a war. I mean, in Operation Sindoor, since, you know, I was part of building that network, I know how it works. We were able to, you know, neutralize, with the word used is neutralize a vector. We were able to cyber attack and neutralize a vector when our systems went in and it spoofed the other system. So, I mean, it just spoofed themselves. So it was not a war fought on with arms, but it's a cyber war. And it's a different plane which is working in. So with this, we welcome Mr. Subimal, who is going to speak on the security, cyber security, and the security aspects of it. Welcome, Mr.
chair for the session, Debashish Bhattacharya, moderator Vishwanath Sengupta. I'm very happy he brought all these anecdotes out because I could gulp a cup of hot tea. Running a throat, which is a subject of, whatever sustainability we get in this city, I just sometimes think that, even when I was coming here, I was thinking with every year we are going down in this city when it comes to the winter months. Mr. Kaushik Dasgupta of Indian Express sitting here, 8th of November last year, your column, and 5th of November this year, your column in Indian Express around the topic of where, what we are doing with all this air pollution and stuff like that, sheds two perspectives. But finally, it goes down to the fact that we all are talking of so many things. We're talking of sustainable infrastructure to build up our urban transformation. But at the end of the day, what is the story around our air and water in this city or many other cities? We have forgotten water. We have taken it for granted that, drinking water is no more a prerogative of the government and we can buy bottles and we are okay. But at least on air, we still can't play around with whatever money we have with the purifiers also. So I think the larger question goes there, and that is where I thank BCCI as well as the Jadavpur University Alumni Association of Delhi for thinking very carefully to do something like this, because it's a reminder in a way for many of us that, we are actually living in a very fragile system, and many of you are elders to me, but even at my age, I still think that I have already become a victim. Nevertheless, the topic for me, which is the cybersecurity concerns for digital-enabled city services, is intriguing, and I purposefully chose not to bring any slides just to speak because I've been following this space, or rather working in this space, apart from my corporate role heading an American defense company here. But on this, I've been writing and talking and working for more than 25 years. And when I wrote my first column on cybersecurity in Indian Express on 19th May 2001, and then subsequently Mr. A.J. Philip got me to write another lead column on 31st May 2001. Many people thought this was something maybe closer to a science fiction and all. I remember visiting our late President Pranab Mukherjee, and he was telling me, where is all these things coming from? Do you think it is going to be something that people will accept? But today, if you look at it, or maybe even 10 years you look at it, this is a concern which has come. And so when Mr. Sengupta and me, we were discussing about what I should talk here a couple of days back, we zeroed in on two aspects. One is the critical infrastructure aspect of all this infrastructure that will enable this transformation, primarily around the various facets of digital technology. And the other aspect is you as a citizen, how do you encounter, how do you engage, and how do you keep yourself safe in such a ecosystem? So today, if you see, and the colleagues from NEC as well as Orospo, have very clearly brought out some of the facets of technology on which they have worked. If you look at the overall city ecosystem around the tech space, you'll find it as an interdependence function of many things. Firstly, of course, the urban mobility part, the transportation and everything, it goes according to a system. The telephone ecosystem, the policing ecosystem, very recently the cyber spoofing around the Delhi airport is another dimension that, this is also happening. So on every aspect, and you as a citizen, looking at the whatever quality of municipal services you get and the municipal ecosystem that you have. So in all of that, everything is working interdependently and almost at the same time. So how they need to be sustainable, need to be available, need to be able to be remain critical and available. I think that is what is something that keeps many of the CSOs and even the the people at the government ecosystem very, very alert today, because at any point of time, some kind of a cyber attack could go through your system. It could create an havoc. It could disrupt something. It could debilitate something. So at various levels, you might have concerns, that disturb what would otherwise would have been a seamless or what has to be a seamless function. So that is where the responsibility of all these infrastructures to be able to be available and secure becomes very, very important. That is where the service provider, the technical entity that sets up, maintains everything, have to maintain that level of preparedness with the technical solution, with the processes, with the best practices that is defined that has to be followed. All of that thing is a very, very dynamic function. I remember before 2005 in this country, we still hadn't defined what is a critical infrastructure. Now, as we go further and we even say critical information infrastructure, more or less we know that these are the areas which would be forming as a critical infrastructure or critical information infrastructure. Each of these things need their own level of protection, and we have bodies also, the National Center for Critical Infrastructure Protection under the NTRO, the CERT-in, which actually engages with individuals as well as organizations. So systems have been put in the country to be able to look at it holistically. But when you come down to a current city infrastructure, then all of these networks carry their own level of strengths and weaknesses. Those weaknesses, those possibilities of cyber attacks that could happen need to be protected, gapped, and these are done on the basis of very well-defined principles that again evolve, because you have zero-day attacks also that come and hit your network, so you have to be prepared for that. And so today, you see that in a span of time, all these organizations or all these functionalities, whatever way they are being managed, have become a major function of the organizations they are under. There used to be a very common saying that cybersecurity is not a board function or a CEO function, it is just at a technical manager's level. But today, it has got much elevated in terms of attention and the level of investments also that are coming into the system. Thus, almost everyone wants to be able to be in control of their networks on a real-time basis. Everyone tries to put managed security services and to be able to pick up all the signatures from all the sensors or whatever devices they have in their ecosystem. Audits are conducted regularly. So it's basically now something that is not only a technical manager's headache, it has come to a far much higher level. Yet, I think there is a lot to do in this country and all. So this is what is something I think we'll all have to live up with, that when we are looking at this huge urban transformation that we are going to move in a sustainable way, then we have to look at cybersecurity as a major angle to it. So, initially, again, another point that we used to have is that, cybersecurity is a later part of a job when you are building up. And first you plan a network, all the functionality, but you look at cyber as something, okay, it will come. Security is one aspect which could be a patch-on activity. Today it is not. Today it is a part of the initial planning and all. And we have some of the excellent systems in this country, very scalable, robust, everything. Aadhaar is one of the greatest examples. DPI story that India put across under the G20 leadership, and I have spoken in many parts of the world, everywhere. Nowadays, the first question is, how have you been able to enable such a robust UPI system? I remember last year I was speaking at Fletcher School in US, and the first few questions are only on, how are we able to do such a huge network of UPI payments where half of your people are not even literate. So these revolutions we have seen, and these revolutions have been backed by very strong technical networks, which in terms of the robustness of the size, in terms of the scalability, in terms of their availability, and most important, even they have been secure. There haven't been any of a major attack you can say that you have heard anywhere that has gone to any of those stacks that would cover our DPI. So fair and large, we have done well on this. And that is what would be also the whole story as we grow further. Maybe we are not even at 45% growth of what we can achieve with more technology imbibation across networks, across sectors in the country. So I think we have a story which has been good, and I think we will have to continue with that. I think the investments in this whole sector has to be good. I think the frontiers of technology that are coming, the newer areas, lot of emphasis is now being given by the government to look at AI in almost every aspect. And AI is good from a cybersecurity point of view, even bad because the force multiplier effect that AI can bring through the cyber attack vectors or the strategies or whatever machinations you do to improve or enhance your data mining. That is one. So that's one aspect of it, that your infrastructure, the backbone, everything that is there to be able to take you to the next level and of course remain secure, sustained and all, that has to be protected. Second comes you as a participant in that whole urban transformation. Now, what is the transformation or what is the role that you are having? You yourself are a user or consumer of all the, say, municipal services or the electricity services or many other things that go along. I just mentioned about UPI. Many of you use UPI to make those payments to many of these services and all. By and large, it has become far much easier for all of us. We don't stand in queues anymore, as was mentioned. So it's become far much easier. But it has also become easier for the criminals to come and hook you up. There are so many instances of digital arrests that are happening in this country. But leave aside that, the extent to which the phishing scams happen, the extent to which you could become gullible despite all your education and being internet savvy and everything, the number of cases are unbelievable. There is a very nice program that is done in Doordarshan News. I think the 150 or 57th episode has just happened. Every week they do a great program on cybercrime. Now, depicting visually a cybercrime scenario over half an hour is not always very easy, but I've sat in a couple of those episodes. I've seen that for the common person, this is such a good program. But what I'm trying to say here is that in many of these cases that you find that people have become victims, it is not a villager, who has studied in class 4 or a vegetable vendor somewhere in a remote corner. It is the well-educated PhD holder in a city. And you see, so that the extent to which social engineering and everything is used today to be able to bluff you, sometimes, you don't understand, you realize it at a later stage. Many times you realize it, yet you think, psychologically you have been trapped, so you continue with that particular episode. And this is what some few basic things we always need to do. These are very simple basic things. Don't think anywhere technically that I have to know this and that. Very simple. I give a very standard example. I give the cigarette packets example. Cigarette smoking is injurious to health. I don't smoke, so I do not know, but I see nowadays, very nasty pictures also in that. Now, even in spite of that, many will smoke. But seeing this somewhere acts also as a kind of a deterrent. So you are constantly reminding somewhere that, okay, cigarette smoking is not good, or it could be detrimental. Okay, I know it's bad, but maybe let me one more I have. This is the way psychologically we all add up. I think somewhere every time you are going online, you have to question, am I going to the right site? Am I going to the right place to make that particular payment? Is there HTTPS on top? So some of those basic cyber hygiene rules for yourself you have to prepare. I'm telling you, this is the only way, there is nothing else. All of us know that we have to keep passwords difficult and unintelligible around us. All of us know that we shouldn't share our password with others and all. But some of those cyber hygiene basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you should memorize it or you should have it with you. If you follow those, generally you won't be trapped. In the rarest of the rare cases, you would go. Most of the cases, if you see, the Reserve Bank of India has a 2017 guideline which makes it clear that if you hadn't passed on anything and you were hacked and all, then you will be returned your money provided you put the complaint within 24 or 36 hours. But in most cases, if you go and see, and when the police do the investigation, they find that somewhere you would have passed an OTP or somewhere you would have passed an information and you would have passed it in such a way that you wouldn't have realized that you are passing it and all. So sometimes this also happens. Hence, one has to be very, very careful, and that is where, as a best practice, as a cyber hygiene, you should say, oh, this is it, this I will never do, this I will do. You make your own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is how you will say. So you pay your municipal taxes, you pay your electricity taxes, you pay something else. In all of that, you make this as a habit that if I'm going to pay, whether I pay by UPI, whether I pay by credit card, in all of that, I'll first ensure that I see that hypertext transfer protocol secure HTTPS is there on top. Only then I will pay. And if I'm paying it, then I must ensure that, that OTP has come to my bank, and only if it has come from my bank, and then I'm only putting it myself, I'm not sharing it with anybody else. So these are some very top-level general things I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that this is how it happens. So in this whole urban transformation effort that is happening, the service providers, the overall, network of networks and the stuff like that, they will have their own levels of security protection. Many of these things are now mandated. Many of them have to be provide regular audit reports. I always hear from the Director General CERT saying that most of the entities don't want to report if they have an incident. It is mandatory for them to do, yet they don't do. Secondly, the cyber audit is something that many entities try to play with, even sometimes PSUs also. Thinking that, okay, fine, BEL is there, it's a government entity, you just take your fees and give us a good report. So those kind of tendencies also remain, that very many times we don't try to think that it is a serious thing. But the kind of ransomware attacks that we have today, the kind of critical infrastructure attacks that goes on today, the kind of efforts to pick up our data, because data today, can lead to multiple things. So all of these things make it very, very imperative upon us to be very, very careful. Yesterday, the Union government notified the Digital Data Protection rules. So effectively now the Data Protection Act, which was passed in 2023, gets into effect. Now it brings a big responsibility upon the entities that collect data and manages the data to be responsible. Otherwise, there are huge penalties that are going to play. I was speaking to a young gentleman from cybersecurity just before lunch here, that an opportunity has opened for so many entities to get into newer vistas of cybersecurity, where data protection laws and rules will ensure that you have to do compliance on a regular basis, and much of that compliance will depend on the audits or the penetration and vulnerability assessment testing, all of that stuff. So these are going to be mushrooming around, mom and pop shops around VAPT testing capabilities and auditing and all, and then finally you basically follow the tenets or the requirements of the laws and rules. So government in its own is also making an effort, and I think data protection is very, very important because much of your data, a municipal organization, even when you apply for something, he will ask you 10 different things to be provided. First your Aadhaar, then your all other kinds of information. And where does this go? Once I went to a driving license office and I saw in a corner all the forms just lying like this. So anyone can pick up and get your information. But this is the kind of scenario we have. So a lot of data is collected. They are kept very casually. So now this bill and the act and the rules will ensure that at least punishment and penalties are also there on the data fiduciaries. Secondly, the Internet of Things devices, the sensors, all of them that are all part of all these systems, particularly in a transformed urban ecosystem, where the services are being provided or monitored or, rectification and everything happens and all. These are all real-time systems, as he showed the police part, but beyond the police, there are so many other services that are also now monitored on a real-time basis and all. So many sensors and so many entities are collecting those information. Where are these data going? Are they following the laws and rules so I think, there are multiple things, everything happening at the same time. We don't need to be really paranoid, but we have to be very, very conscious and careful that first I have to protect myself. The moment I protect myself with my cyber hygiene tools that I devise, I am actually protecting the system. The system is not only a function of, the technical solutions and the patch and stuff that you put. The system is a function of the best practices that you follow, the processes that is defined, along with whatever is the patch, and it's a very dynamic activity. You have to regularly update yourself. So I think as we look at, sustainability in a far much more focused manner, and of course the other aspect of sustainability, I think I'm well past my time maybe, but the other aspect of sustainability is that in all the infrastructure now that is being put up, it's also an effort to see that how those infrastructure also remain sustainable from an environment point of view also, because all these devices and electronic gadgets and all, they themselves are also a part of a larger crime around environment degradation, and also are those processes also in place? And if these processes are in place, I know they are in place, but are they being followed? Are they being monitored? Are they being audited? And if not, are any kind of penalties also happening? So with all these things, I rest my case here. Any point, question, I am happy to answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So excellent this thing on the cyber security and critical infrastructure. Again, I have a small teaser. How many of you use payments through your mobile? All of you. Great. How many for you, the OTP comes on the same mobile? So all. So now you know how vulnerable you are. All we need to do is to get hold of your mobile, that's it. And your mobile is on the network. So when you are making your payment, you are actually insecure. And only, okay, God, it's not happening is God's grace. But it is very easy if you're using the same mobile for your OTP and to hack your machine and to impersonify you. So we'll take the questions. Yes. The other thing, obviously, sometimes we say, Desi technology is good. By the way, I can give an example. The EVMs. EVMs are actually very secure. And while I'm saying that, I have reviewed the design. The reason is, it's not on the network, and it's using basic Desi technology. It's nothing but a counter. Simple counter and nothing else. So, you cannot hack it. You cannot enter it. You cannot hack it. So, yes. So with this, we welcome the questions. Maybe a few questions.
We have very limited time, sir. So question can be taken offline. But I should tell you, everybody
Thank
should.
you.
All the Jadavpurians should meet this gentleman, Mr. Sengupta Vishwanatha. He has delivered so many technological Taj Mahals in India. With all due respect, I must tell you, I really, once I was asked to do this, I first reached out to him because I knew, because I worked with him, and he has worked in Wipro, worked in Siemens Information System. He has worked in, of course, where I met him, I was a vendor in HCL Infosystem, and then many other areas. He knows how to build, take charges, as he says, in India, really. So be in touch with him, always, I believe. Absolutely. I know how he does it. I mean, that's why he's a brilliant talent. I know, 1986, Jadavpur Computer Science. Thank you very much, Dada. In the interest of time, we'll take the question offline, please. Now already we are 4:40. The next chair will have to leave for Calcutta after some time because he has a flight to catch. So we cannot really. Thank you very much. Take the questions offline, sir.
Sir, we have to do the honors.
Yeah, the felicitation, please.
Yeah, the felicitation. May I request Mr. Amalendu Datta, 64 batch of chemical engineering, to please come up on the stage to do the honors. I would request Mr. Datta to hand over the memento to Mr. Debashish Bhattacharya. Thank you. To Mr. Bishwanath Sengupta, co-founder Arthvedika Tech Advisor ADB NIC. Thank you. And to Mr. Girish Kumar Surpur, Head Logistics NEC. Thank you. I would request Mr. Pradeep Mukherjee to please come up on the dais. To hand over the memento to Mr. Abhishek Srivastava, Senior Consultant. And to Mr. Prasenjit Samanta, Practice Lead, GIS and Urban Solutions, Oroprice Solutions. And also to Mr. Shubhimal Bhattacharjee. Can we have a group photo now, please?